And here we go again. Another day here of the New York Giants training camp practice is officially in the books, under the belt. And once again, Malik Nabers just looks like a different breed at wide receiver. Making some insane catches, some touchdown grabs, some toe dragging catches. I mean, dude, Malik Nabers is just different. I don't really know what else to say. I'm a little bit speechless when I watch him play, but in this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know, from Malik Nabers to Daniel Jones actually getting another good practice under his belt here, Wan'Dale Robinson, Jalen Hyatt catching some bombs as well. We're going to break it all down in this video, but before we get into the news and the notes and the highlights, the observations, make sure you guys do me a favor and go give a follow to all of the Giants media members out there, because guys, without them, these videos are not possible to make, one, and two, I guarantee you will not regret it. Sometimes I'll be scrolling through my feed and it feels like I'm at the New York Giants practice, because I am knowing what's happening on almost every single play of 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s. It is so unreal. So go follow those guys, and there's also so many more out there that will, keep you updated about practice. Now, the first thing that happened during today's practice, as we get into the video, is there was a lot of one-on-ones with the defensive line and the offensive line. For example, Kayvon Thibodeaux had a couple of monster reps, one versus Andrew Thomas, getting right around the edge and what would have been a sack on the quarterback. So we already know that Kayvon Thibodeaux is one of the best in the NFL, and I think that this season he's going to take another step in the right direction, because when you kind of look at Brian Burns coming over here, it's going to lessen the amount of double teams that happen to Kayvon Thibodeaux, but also the amount of one-on-one matchups that you're going to see with not only Brian Burns, but with also a Dexter Lawrence or a Jordan Phillips or a Ryder Anderson, right? They have so many guys here that can just, generate some pressure. And I think Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeaux both are in for massive seasons. And I didn't even mention a guy like Azeez Ojulari as well, Boogie Basham. There's just so many of them that are probably going to take massive leaps up next year just because of the addition of Brian Burns. We also get to see Josh Azudu getting some first-team reps at left guard in run-only drills, so take that as you wish. I'm not really too sure what exactly that means for them and what they're trying to do, but maybe you could see a little bit of some rotation with him getting into the lineup and maybe on running downs. I don't really know. So again, take that with a grain of salt. Isaiah McKenzie did go down with an injury, was grabbing the back of his leg. At this point in time, I have no idea the severity of it. So if you guys actually find out what the issue is, comment down below, please, because I'm really hoping that Isaiah McKenzie is fine, because he is a really dynamic wide receiver, and he's trying to make this football team. So hopefully he's okay. And then this is when things start to get interesting. Once we get to the 7-on-7s, the 11-on-11s, Malik Nabers just, unguardable. You can't guard this man. He is just different. And I know that's the word I say a ton, is different. But that is what he is. He doesn't look like any other wide receiver. He is his own player. It looks like you went on to Madden and just made your own player. And he just insane, right? We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, in the 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s who look good. But I do want to start off by talking about Daniel Jones. Now today, he didn't look amazing. I think yesterday was definitely a better practice for him. But again, still continuing to build momentum, get some good practices under his belt. Today he was 9 of 16 with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Now for the majority of the time, there was a lot of plays where, he would have been sacked. Obviously, they're not going to touch the quarterback, so he's forced to throw it anyway. So on one play specifically where he would have gone sacked, he didn't get sacked because, again, they didn't touch him. He ended up just throwing it down the field anyway, and that was his 1 interception. So, again, probably would have been a sack and not an interception on that play specifically. But he also did have a really good touchdown throw to Allen Robinson in red zone drills, and the interception was to Jason Pinnock on 4th and 20 during 2-minute drills as well. Yeah, 4th and 20, probably not the best sign in the world, right? But overall, I thought Daniel Jones did a really good job not forcing anything, taking what the defense gave him at times, and then that one play specifically where he had to take a shot down the field was interesting. But before we get any further into the video, because trust me, we still have a lot to talk about, Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Guys, it is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And get this, we're going to be covering all of training camp every single day, but during preseason, during some of their football games, we're actually going to go live on my Twitch, react to the game, watch it, break down the film in live time. You guys can follow my Twitch. Link will be in the description. It is Matty Dubs with 3 S's. Join the family over there as well, man. We had a stream for yesterday's Hall of Fame game, and it was amazing. So many of you guys came through, so appreciate you guys for that. Make sure you guys go follow if you haven't already done so. And with that being said, let's kind of get back into the video. Now, Tyler Nubin back out here. You can tell that Tyler Nubin is very smart when it comes to just knowing where to be and when to be there, right? Very high IQ type of player. He knows what his, goal is on every single play. So I really want to give a big shout out to Tyler Nubin. Very, very smart player, and I think he's going to prove that he was definitely worth the pick for the Giants. Very physical as well. Again, we talked about Josh Azudu. We had some really nice back shoulder throws to Malik Nabers. It seems like that connection between Malik Nabers and Daniel Jones is really starting to get better and better as time goes on. Dexter Lawrence was practicing today as well, so that was, that was probably a massive takeaway to see those three, Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon Thibodeau together. Man, Tyrone Tracy got a lot of reps today. Offensive line was really, really bad. A lot of pressure on Daniel Jones, which, again, that is something they need to fix. I think Josh Azudu actually got carted off the field at some point with the leg injury as well, which I don't know why that kind of escaped my mind, but he did. I remember him taking first-team snaps, and then I remember seeing a picture of him on the cart, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. I don't think it was a massive injury. I don't know. Again, let me know. We had a dot Daniel Jones to Jalen Hyatt in red zone drills for a touchdown. That was really nice to see. We had another touchdown to Malik Nabers from Daniel Jones. Again, that was in 7-on-7s as well, I believe. Actually, that one might have been 11-on-11. That one was actually 11-on-11s as well. That was just red zone drills. We had an incompletion. We had an interception for Jason Pinnock. We had a Cordell Flott, really nice PBU on Malik Nabers. So Cordell Flott really trying to, break up or stand out here. Deontay Banks had a really good breakup down the left side. That was good to see. Not sure who the wide receiver was. Wan'Dale Robinson caught a bunch of nice passes. We had another one to Jalen Hyatt, where, basically Daniel Jones drops back in the pocket, goes through his progressions, loads up, throws left. Nice little comeback route by Jalen Hyatt on the left side. Malik Nabers in motion a ton. Man. I mean, they're really trying to get motion involved. We were going to see it with Devin Singletary, Malik Nabers. They had one play specifically where, they lined out basically in spread, 5 wide, empty set, 2 tight ends to the left, Malik Nabers to the right, and even Devin Singletary out to the right as well. And then everybody just motioned in, right? We saw both tight ends get to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Devin Singletary into the backfield into a single set. Malik Nabers from the right to the left, and then pre-snap motion before the ball is snapped for a jet motion. And then they hand off to Devin Singletary for a nice little pickup there. So you can tell motion is going to be, massive within this offense this season. And I think that's going to be a staple of what they try to do, man. Make sure teams are never able to be comfortable in their defensive set, always being, kind of on their toes. And that was a major takeaway of today's practice. But overall, guys, the biggest takeaway was Malik Nabers is ready to shock the NFL, man. I mean, he is already just looking crazy. And, that's the truth. I'm also, another big takeaway, very happy about Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau. That's going to be a deadly trio to watch out throughout the entirety of the the preseason. Isaiah Simmons taking more reps as a nickel. Drew Phillips, Tyler Nubin getting some first-team looks as well. So, overall, great practice. And let me know what you guys think, man. Hit the like button. Comment down below 2 players that you're excited to see during preseason. And don't say, Malik Nabers and Tyler Nubin. Give me some, or you can, but give me some guys here that are maybe lower on the depth chart that you think could potentially be, potential boom players during the preseason. So join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next Giants update. Peace.